Welcome to Inspired Leaders. Thank you guys so much for joining us here today. I know we're kicking off summer, but it is such an honor that you guys are still here to join us and just be with us as we celebrate our speakers and, just have a nice time for fellowship and coming together as a community. We really do live in the best community to build a business and a life for yourself and your family. It is an unbelievably supportive and beautiful place to be, and being here at Inspired Leaders with all of you is just an extension of all of that. So if any of you were with us last month, you know that we just celebrated 7 years of Inspired Leaders. It's wild to think that we've been doing this for 7 years, but it is just such an honor. We started out at such a small little conference table with like 7 of us sitting around it to 143 people last month. It's really just incredible how we've grown and how it's impacting the community. And it's because of you guys showing up here month after month and our speakers willing to share their stories. We ask our speakers really, really hard things. We ask them to not only come up here on stage and share their rah-rah and share, their successes in life, or maybe like touch on some of the hard things that they've been through. We ask them to really, truly stand up here and share their shit with you. We ask them to get real and to get raw and to get detailed about what it is that they've gone through and what it is that they want to share in their message. Because the truth is that our messages are powerful. Our stories are game changers, not just for us, but for the people around us. And so when we're vulnerable and strong and willing to stand up here and share that with other people around us, it impacts the lives of those that we're telling it to. And so month after month, we have these incredible speakers that raise their hands and offer to share their stories with you so that they can hopefully inspire you, hopefully make you feel like you're not alone, so that when you're struggling, you know that you've got a community of people around you that are going to support you or that have been through this also. Maybe when you hear the story, you go, you know what, I'm not going to quit today. I can keep going. Or maybe when you hear that story, your heart is full because you know that you're not the only person suffering from whatever it is that might be going on in your life. And so it's a really unique thing that we ask our speakers to do, but we are so grateful that month after month they stand up here to do it. And we're so happy that month after month you guys continue to come back and hear these stories and be able to support each other and share our lives and share our businesses with each other. So thank you guys so much for joining us here. So for the next hour, if you would, keep your phones on silent. If you need to take a call or anything like that, we totally understand. You're welcome to go out into the lobby at any time. But if you can take this time for you, please silence your phone and just enjoy the next little bit. So you can follow us all over social media. If you scan that QR code, it's going to get you to every platform that we're on: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, all the things. It's also going to get you to our website. On our website, you can watch our past speakers. You can apply to be a speaker yourself, or somebody that you know, you can send them a link to apply. Also, if you are interested in being a sponsor, our sponsors are why we are able to do this event month after month for free. They are who pays for this amazing space and the delicious food and all the things that we have going on. And so if you are interested in doing that and being a part of our community that way, and we invite you to apply to be a sponsor there as well. So our website has all the things, including RSVPing for future months' events. So please follow us, see the photos that are being taken, the videos that are being taken, share it with your circle, and just keep following along as we go. All right, so I would be remiss to be in a room full of business owners where you don't have an opportunity to do a quick commercial. So if you were with us last month, our anniversary month is the only month where we forego the commercials of our attendees so that we can honor all of our past speakers. But every other month, all of our attendees get the opportunity to do a quick drop-and-go commercial, and then we'll have our sponsors come up on stage. They, every month, get to do a 30-second commercial to share with you who they are. So we are going to walk through. Lance, can you help me with the microphone today since David's not here? David McGuffin is usually our screamer outside to tell us to all come in here and get ready for the event, and he also is the one that cuts us off on our commercials, but we're going to have Lance do it today. So we do quick drop-and-go commercials. So I'm going to give you an example. We do a clap after the commercial, so we're going to practice that, and then I'm going to pass the microphone around the room, okay? My name is Elizabeth Griever. My company is Everson Cooper, and we are your as-is homebuyer. All right, y'all, come on. We can do that better. Let's do it again. My name is Elizabeth Griever. My company is Everson Cooper, and we are your as-is homebuyer. Booyah. I want that every time. All right, Lance, let's go.
Hi, everybody. My name is Prince David. I'm a leadership coach, and I coach inspired individuals who get stuck in things that are preventing them to achieve their inspiration. But I'm also inspired in rescuing 9,000 kids from being exploited. I can talk to you about that later.
Good morning, Carl Steven Brunig, Wealthy Life 360. We are your GPS to greater wealth.
Oh, thank you. Hi, I'm John Bulovis. I'm a recent graduate of Texas A&M. I'm looking for entry-level work as a biomedical engineer. If you know anyone in that field, I'd like to talk to for a mentor, ideas. I'm an engineer. I like helping out. If you need anything, I have cards and I can open the talk. Thank you for having me. Here you go, miss.
Hi, Dominique, assistant to Chef Adrian and founder of the Phoenix Journey, helping those with autoimmune chronic illness.
All right. Good afternoon. I am Dwayne, not the Rock Johnson. I work with Alert 360. I provide residential and commercial security. Thank you.
Carlos Herrera, Luxo Merchant Solutions. I do all things payment processing. Eliminate your fees with the processing pulleys.
My name is Laura from the Apple Town. We're the first one report COVID-19, and right now we have $60 read online. It's the biggest discount we ever have. $60 read online. Thank you.
George Reyes, 2400 Agency. I'm a life insurance agent that takes care of veterans.
Hi, I'm Miru. I own a Selfie studio. If you love to take pictures, create content, or do the podcast, you're welcome to stop by.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Hayder here from Legacy Partners. We work with life insurance that you don't have to die to use. So living benefits, think about us, Legacy Partners.
Hi everyone, my name is Melanie Michaelchuk. My company name is Just Hike. I'm a personal trainer in the area and soon to be author. I have a book coming out tomorrow called Six Figure Chicks. Please look for it online and buy it. Help us become bestsellers.
Hello everyone, I'm Joel Surmeyer with My Lending Network. Between me and my buddy Kyle, we have a local office here in the Woodlands. We're set up as a mortgage broker of 280 lenders to help you and your buyers get the best financing possible with 23 years of experience and expert guidance. Thank you.
Steve Scott, business coach. I co-create pathways to help you accelerate the process of your successful performance. And remember, different isn't necessarily better, but better is always different.
Good afternoon, Natalie Sykowski-Gertz, founder of Business and Banking Concierge, and I'm your operational CFO for all things business, banking, lending, merchant, and insurance.
Hi everybody, I am Corey Herring with Keller Williams Northeast, the assistant team leader. I feel like I have to do a 360. I help new agents achieve their goals in real estate when they're first getting started in the business, so I'd love to help new agents thrive in real estate.
My name's Emily James. I'm a serial entrepreneur, but currently a director of operations for a financial coaching company. And I'm breaking into real estate because of this gal right here. So that's.
Nikki Hankins, no dumb blonde accounting. I clean up messes.
My name is Deborah Dozier. I own and operate fully furnished rentals in the Woodlands for short and mid-term stay. It's called Sagebird Properties, where memories are made.
My name is Angela Benovich. I call myself the Mortgage Madre. I am a lender of 21 years. I also stepped into the life insurance financial sector lately, so I not only help people buy their homes, I'm helping them protect their legacy.
Ivan Benovich, also loan officer and newly appointed life and annuity agent. You're important. We need you here. Make the call. Protect yourself. What we do is life-changing. We protect America.
Hi, my name is Rachel Steffens, and I'm with First Priority Title of Texas, and we do residential and commercial title insurance. And what we do the best is really pick up the phone and answer your questions. And that will be even on the weekends as well as holidays, where we make you our first priority.
Hey there, Kevin Goodnight with Dad Voted. I develop devoted dads and I help men find freedom from alcohol.
Jeremy Angus, Guardian Tax Service. While you guys are out there making money, I just try to help you save some of it.
Anybody like moving? Oh no. Well, I am a full service moving company, packing, moving, unpacking, the whole nine. It's the service that you never knew you needed, but once you use it, you never want to live without it. Well, wife, I'm Sharnice.
Hi, my name's Tara Brown. I am with Redfin, one-stop shop for all your home buying needs.
Hey everyone, I'm Andy Griever. Together with my beautiful wife Elizabeth, we own Everson Cooper. Thank you all so much for being at Inspired Leaders.
Network marketing.
Good morning. Kevin Williams, the realtor in the Fedora. I help people achieve the American dream through home ownership. You'll find me on your phone. Just say, hey, Siri, who's the realtor in the Fedora? Kevin Williams.
Hey y'all, my name is Romeo. I'm a realtor with LPT Realty. I am not here to find Juliet. I'm here to help you fall in love with your home.
Chris Fahey, I'm a combat veteran and military veteran outreach and business development for Stone River Recovery Center. We're one of 2 trauma treatment centers in Texas, and I want to help you live a healthy life.
Hi, I'm Dawn Peters. I'm a therapist and business development for Woodland Springs Hospital. So it's a psychiatric hospital for 13 and up.
Hey, I'm Josh Konecki with Crown Eagle Construction. I am a renovator in the private and governmental sector, multifamily and commercial, and I also have an investment company, Iconic Acquisitions.
Brenda here with Brave Fears Digital. And we help businesses like yours stop losing leads with the power of AI voice and AI automations.
Hey there, Edwin, also with Breakfast Digital, and we help businesses turn leads into paying customers using AI.
Diana Berwin with Classic Closets. We customize closets, pantries, and more right next door.
Hello everyone, my name is Caleb. I work for Redemption Roofing, and we specialize in claims.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Paul Utica. I'm 6 months into real estate, and I love helping people make the biggest purchase of their life.
Hi, everybody. Tara Flannery Photography. I specialize in headshots and branding, family portraits, and senior portraits. Tara Flannery Photography.
Will McPhee with Waton Landscaping, and I specialize in commercial landscaping.
CD Womack, Team Womack Realty. We help our sellers sell their homes in the least amount of time for the most amount of money, and we help our buyer tenants get the house of their dreams. We'll treat you so many different ways, you're bound to like some of them.
Good afternoon, Shayla and Brian with Onin Staffing, where we hire teammates, not temps. So if you're looking for a new career or a business owner looking to hire, come see us.
Frank Fuss Life Coaching. I take my clients from Eeyore to Thor, from good to great, and from frustration to celebration. Anybody else?
Thank you guys so much for sharing your businesses with us. If you are a sponsor of Inspired Leaders, please come join me up on the stage. You guys, every single month this event is free and open to literally every single one of you because of these amazing sponsors. They are what pays for this venue. They are what does our photography, our videography, the delicious food, the social media, all the things that are happening are because of these sponsors. So not only are they wonderful to us for supporting this group, but they're also just wonderful in our community. So I really encourage you to get to know them. So sponsors, you've got a timer on the screen. You've got 30 seconds. So I'm gonna pass the mic down and you guys can do your commercial. Come into the light though.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Melanie Bush. I own Better Bookkeepers. I know a lot of you are used to Melanie Davis standing up here. She is living her best right now with her family, And I got to pinch hit. I am the owner and founder of this company. We do medium size and small size bookkeeping. We customize completely to our customer and tailorize everything towards them. Thank you for having me today.
Hi, I'm Bill Shannon with Clean Water Climb. We repair wells in Malawi to bring clean water to folks there. We raised enough money to do 500,000 people last year. So our new goal is to do 1 million people a year clean water. And so we're looking for partners to help us get there. We'd love to plaster your logo on everything we carry and wear. And we take banners all the way up to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. So grab me if you'd like to be a partner with us on that great endeavor.
Hi, I'm Julie with Arbonne International. What? Anyway, she's not here today. I'm Rankin Peters Music. I can provide music for whatever performances, whatever gatherings you may have. But I will tell you about that. Julie is in Las Vegas right now at their big annual shindig for Arbonne. She's going to be bringing home a whole bunch of really cool products. On the 22nd, she's going to be having a product launch at KV Beauty, and it's a really cool thing. So I've seen some of the stuff that she's bringing back. It's really awesome. So Julie Peters with Arbonne International.
Hey, Inspired Leaders, good to see everybody. Welcome to June, Men's Mental Health Month. My name is Lance Kelly. I'm with the Business Solutions Group. We're your one-stop for all of your individual and small group healthcare insurance needs, medical, dental, accident, disability, whatever the business needs to protect its greatest asset, its people. We're going to have a solution for you, right? I want to talk to anyone for whom your benefits are not being a business partner. If they're not helping you reach that bottom line, we'd love to have that conversation. Lance with the Business Solutions Group. If you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced. No, if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your sickness. Plan accordingly.
My name's Nick Plunk with Plunk Productions. I'm a videographer, producer, and editor. I do all the video-related things that you may even know how to do but don't have time for, or it's too frustrating so you don't even want to touch it. I handle all of that stuff, anything from dirt bikes to dentists to lawyers. I've worked with a bunch of different types of clients, even into the world of plumbing. If you have a business where the world needs to see what you do and you need to brand that or show that to them, I would love to help you do that. Nick Plunk, Plunk Productions.
My name is Darnell Kimball Jr., owner of Darnell Jr. Productions. You remember that show, Hey Arnold, with the football head, you know? So it's like, Hey Arnold with the D in front. Now you're not gonna forget me, right? So I do videography, photography. I've done everything from headshots, events. Who has a special birthday coming up in the next month or two? Hey, happy birthday! So if you need birthday photography, hit me up. So if you have the story, I have the lens. Darnell Jr. Production is where excellence begins.
Please give a huge round of applause to our sponsors. These are wonderful people, and they would totally support you in any way that you need. So please get to know them. Even if you don't need their service, they would definitely connect you with anybody that they can in the community. So I really encourage you to get to know them, and thank you to our sponsors. Julie, you're a little gray and mustachy today, but I hope you feel better next month. Anyways, all right, awesome. So I am really excited today for our speaker. For any of you that were with us real early, Chris actually spoke the day that the world shut down in COVID, March of 2020. Andy pointed out to me this morning that was also March 13th. So we're going to make Friday the 13th today be really good, and the world's going to be amazing when we leave here. But I'm really excited that he's back. This man is so inspiring just to talk to, and just so encouraging in his words and so vulnerable in his journey. And I am just honored that he's willing to come back and do this again. Some of his students are here, which I just think is amazing. Shout out to the students. Chris is a teacher by day, but he's with us this summer, and we're really happy to have him. So please help me welcome Chris Guerrieri.
So that's kind of surreal to see yourself up on video and everything. I just want to start out today and say, take some time today. I think it's very awesome that you all showed up today. okay? I think a lot of times we don't give ourselves credit for showing up. Like there's a lot of reasons in the world right now that we can just hit pause on our life, that we could just kind of numb ourselves, but you showed up today. You showed up today to make yourself better. You showed up today to network. You showed up today to build your community. So give yourself a round of applause on that one. Thank you guys so much. I want to give a special shout out to Elizabeth and Andy and everybody who does Inspired Leaders, because whether you know it or not, you gave me an opportunity throughout this experience of reclaiming my life. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I want to give a special shout out to my family who can't be here today, but I think they're watching online, and my wife who's at work right now, so I'm sure she'll watch it later. But a really special shout out to my students who showed up today. I think it's so awesome that young people show up to support their teacher. They all graduated last month, and they could have just been like, yo, bro, have a nice life. But they showed up on their summer, woke up to be here to support me. So I just want to say thank you guys very much from the bottom of my heart for that. All right, so I got to be honest, I'm going to be like a little rusty. I haven't done one of these in like a year, but we're going to see if I can get back into it, okay? If you notice, that's me. The hat's still the same, but I wear glasses now. It is what it is. Every time that I do a speech, I go ahead and title it. It's kind of like I do like an album, like, you know, like how singers are. I kind of do that with speech. So I called this one the Reclamation Project. Because for me, I needed to use this opportunity to reclaim and remind myself of who I was, okay? So like Elizabeth said, this isn't the first time that I stood on this stage. I stood up here 5 years ago, right before the world was about to shut down, and I delivered a speech. And I gotta be honest with you guys, it's very hard for me to look at this picture sometimes. Because that guy just opened his company 5 months before that. He was so full of hope. I had such passion. I had such fire. Like nothing was going to stop me. I had this hunger. I had all these big dreams. And then the world shut down. Like, nobody wrote a playbook on how to handle a global pandemic. Like, no one. And so I was a young business owner still teaching, and so I kind of just was like, all right, I guess I'll try and figure it out. And so I got to be honest, sometimes it's hard for me to look at that guy because I thought I would have been further along than I am right now. I thought I would have been a little bit beyond this, right? And so I took some time and I wanted to do, as we went ahead and we thought about it, I just had to revisit that a little bit, okay? So it's funny because I never really let the dream die of speaking. I always posted on my social media. I took gigs over the last 5 years now and then. But I kind of had like this duality where I'm like a teacher and I do motivational speaking, okay? And I'll be honest, it was hard to keep it alive. It's like a fire, right? You have like this dream, and sometimes like this guy, it was like a big fire. But right before Elizabeth sent me the text message, it wasn't a fire for me anymore. It started to be like an ember that I just would like reignite every now and then so I could kind of keep the dream alive. And I'm not quite sure why that is. I don't know if it's because I wanted people to think like, oh, hey, like he's still going, or if maybe I was convincing myself like, don't let it die. And so Elizabeth and Andy reached out to me and they said, hey, would you like to come back to Inspired Leaders? And I gotta be honest, for the first moment that I saw that message, I wanted to ignore it. Because I don't know if I could be that guy again. And I could have just told Elizabeth, hey, I don't want to be a speaker anymore. I don't do that. I'm just a teacher. I'm just this. And I realized if I did that, I'm going to disqualify myself. I'm going to disqualify myself from seeing, do I still have it in me to become more? And so I don't know why I did it, but I said, I accept. And here I stand on this stage. I think it was like a couple months ago that she did it, so I had some time to really go in, and I really wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to tap into this idea of could I still be that guy? Could I still be that motivator? Could I still be that inspirator? Could I still do it? And so I was like, I'm going to attack it head on. And when I started this journey out, I wanted to start writing again like I always had written my speeches, but it didn't work like that for me because I had to do something that's very hard to do. I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive myself for not getting to the timeline that I created 5 years ago. You guys ever like have that where you give yourself timelines and you're like, if I don't get it by then I failed. Well, I had to realize that wasn't the case. I had to realize it's okay. And so like Elizabeth and Andy said, they challenge people to come up here and speak and to share their stuff. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So as I started writing my speeches and I started writing this presentation, I had to think, who do I have to be today that I couldn't be 5 years ago? And what changes happen in my life so that I can attack this thing head on? And so I'm going to share with you guys my last 5 years to get back to this stage. See, in the last 5 years, I've had a lot of curveballs thrown into my life. Yeah, we had a global pandemic. We had a lot of stuff going on. But for myself personally, I had the honor of becoming a dad. But I also had the heartbreak of losing my own. And this picture will probably just be like one of the 1,000 pictures that I have in my phone. But in February of 2024, it got a lot of value. Because this is one of the only pictures I have of my son and my dad. And I got to be honest with you, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to say goodbye to my dad, and I sure as hell wasn't ready to become a dad without the guidance of my dad. And so I hid. Because it felt selfish to dream. It felt selfish to want more out of life because I lost a lot. And so, yeah, I posted on social media. Yeah, I took gigs and everything, but I had to hold back because I wasn't ready to thrive. I was just trying to survive. See, my dad, we had a very unique relationship. We were very close, but we often sometimes clashed, and it's kind of because, we're very alike. You know, you ever have that where they say, you love one parent, but you, yearn for the love of another? Well, I always, yearn for my dad's love. Always, okay? And he was a very, open guy. He was very loving and caring, but for some reason, I just never felt, whole at it. But I also had to realize I took him for granted a little bit. My dad would call me multiple times a day just to check in on me. Some of my dad's voicemails, if you go back, it's hey, and then he hung up. That was it. What is that? You know? But as I went through this process, I worked up some courage. And I worked up the courage to go listen back to the old voicemails that my dad left me. It took me a couple months for me to do it, and I stumbled upon one that my dad left me on the day my son was born. I never listened to it. A year and a half later. And it's really weird because I don't even know if it was, sometimes I feel like that, but my dad sent it to me, you know? And here's what my dad said. He's like, hey, buddy, you have a beautiful baby boy. And I know you wanted to be a daddy so much. And he's like, and I got to tell you, man, it's the best thing in the world. And then he said, you're going to be such a great dad because you're this beautiful, beautiful kid. And then my dad sang a song that he said to me when I was little. He said, everywhere I go, you go, my buddy and me. That's the one of the last voicemails I have of my dad. And when I heard it, it changed for me. It changed me in two ways. Number one thing that changed about me was I realized my dad never left me. Because my dad's right here. Every place, every message, every speech, everything that I do, my dad is standing right here with me. He ain't here in the physical form anymore. But I have the opportunity as his son to carry on everything that that man taught me. But the biggest lesson that I took away from that was I'm not the son anymore. I'm now the father. And that little boy up there, he looks at me exactly as I looked at my dad, as his hero. And how will I ever be able to look at my son knowing that I didn't chase everything I wanted to out of this life? See, we all have dreams. We all have aspirations. We all have things that we want to get done, but we convince ourselves that it's only about us. We think that every time that we fail, it only affects us. Every time that we give up, it only affects us. And you know what I realized? My dream is so much more than that. It's about so much more than me. Because one day, my son's going to look back at my life and he's going to say, did Daddy get everything that he wanted to out of it? And I don't know where this crazy dream is going to take me of speaking. I don't know where it's going to go. But I do know that I can control if I never give up at it. All right, so I'm going to make this a little personal for you guys, okay? We're going to do a little activity. So Elizabeth kind of mentioned I am a teacher, so I'm going to incorporate some of that stuff in here. So I want you guys to do me a favor, okay? You got to trust me, okay? And this is how you get really good stuff out of my speeches, okay? I want you guys to close your eyes for me. And I want you guys to imagine that you're sitting at a table. And at that table is everyone who ever showed up to support you. Maybe it's your mom, maybe it's your dad, maybe it's your kids, maybe it's a parent, a coach, or a teacher. But they showed up even at times that you couldn't because they knew that you had something more to give. I want you to think about those people. Maybe they're not even here anymore. How can you repay them for showing up? All right, go ahead and open your eyes. Thank you guys for doing that. And here's what I want you guys to understand, right? That's a really cool thing, and it fills you with gratitude because you're like, dang, I have a lot of people who are in my corner. Well, here's what I reflected on when I kind of did this activity was when other people close their eyes, they're going to see me sitting at their table. My little boy is going to see me sitting at the table. And that's when I realized this crazy dream I have of being a speaker, this crazy dream I have of going around and helping people, this crazy dream, it's not a wish, it's a responsibility. It's a responsibility that I owe it to the people that I love. See, all you guys here, I love coming to this event because you guys are entrepreneurs. You guys are business people. You guys, a lot of you are the first person in your family to create a business. Do you understand that you changed the game for everyone who follows after you? You did that. So when you doubt yourself or when you think that you can't keep going, just think about that. And see, that's when it changed for me. That's when my mission kind of changed. Because I'll be honest, I was a good speaker back then. I was ready, but I wasn't ready mentally. Because you know why I started speaking? I started speaking for validation. I started speaking so that people applauded me. I started speaking so that when I stood up here, everybody looked at me and can look at me and give me the permission to live my life that I couldn't give myself. And it's okay sometimes to get validation from other people, but it's not okay to make that the end game. Because you don't control that. Applause fades. Praise, it goes away. But you know what doesn't? Impact. Purpose. And that's what I started to realize, is that this whole journey, it's not just about me. It's about everybody that I care about. And so I'm going to share with you guys a cool story. She doesn't know that I'm going to do it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about one of my students right now. So my kiddos right here, they just graduated last month. And it's very common for them to give me notes and messages that say, goodbye, thank you for everything, right? That's one of the blessings of being a teacher. That's one of the blessings, is that you can impact the future of tomorrow. And so in the note, my student over here, Natalie, she goes ahead and gives me a ticket. And she was like, Mr. Guerrieri, I don't know if it'll be word for word, but she said, Mr. Guerrieri, you've given us all these hopes and dreams, and you've told us to pursue everything, but she's like, it's my turn to return the favor to you. And so she gives me a ticket, and she says, the next time you speak, I want this ticket back. It's pretty freaking cool, right? Here's the thing that you guys have to understand. That impact causes a ripple effect in the people in your life. But that ripple just doesn't go to them, it comes back. So I want you to know, kiddo, you're part of the reason why I'm standing up here. You gave me the courage sometimes when I didn't have the courage for myself. So I really appreciate that. So then the question becomes, okay, well, if we can impact people, who is it that we can impact the most? And I'm sure if you've ever heard and listened to a motivational speaker, you'll understand that most of them will say the person you can impact the most is the person who you used to be. And the thing about it is, do you guys ever realize how much you guys hide? And I could say that, speaking for myself, like there's a lot of things about my story that I hide because I'm ashamed. But every time that I take something out of the story, I devalue it. Every time that I hold something back, I lose value in the scars, in the struggle. And oftentimes what happens is we hold on to the lessons that we can help give someone else. So what I want you guys to think about real quick, just take the next 20, 30 seconds. I want you to think about what are 3 things that you have survived on your journey of being a business owner, of being a mom or a dad or a leader or whatever, that you can go and help someone else. Because there's someone in this room right now who just started their business. There's someone in this room right now who just became a parent. There's someone in this room right now who's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do next, but they told me to come to Inspired Leaders. You can help them. And that's the real thing. That's purpose, man. That's what this whole thing is about. See, in a world where we're so confined to being left or right, or being right or wrong, we don't realize that we're all connected. Just because you win doesn't mean that I lose. We can all win. And so please just understand that, like, that's what this whole thing's about. This whole thing, this crazy thing called life is helping people and getting value out of your story and your journey. Okay? Thank you guys for listening. Okay? So I want to share this last part with you a little bit. And it's a lesson that I really had to learn on my own as I did this whole process. And that is this. There's only ever going to be one you. There's only ever going to be one you. And if you hold back at what you want out of life, you're not just robbing yourself. You're robbing all the people that care about you, all the people who sat at your table, all the people who've yet to even know your story. But here's the tricky thing about it, guys. When I started this process, I was envious of who I was 5 years ago because I thought he had it all figured out. But you know what I realized? He doesn't have anything on this current version of myself. You know why? Because he didn't have purpose. He didn't have it. See, now I know what I'm fighting for. But here's the hard part about it. I don't get to have that purpose if I don't walk through the flame. I don't get to be the person I am today if I don't lose my dad, if I don't have my son, if I don't teach my students. I don't get to be that person. And oftentimes we run from the hard stuff in life, but the hard stuff is what creates us. And so I want to wrap up with this last activity. Okay, I'm going to have you guys close your eyes one more time. And I want you to imagine that you're in a room, and in that room is a mirror. And you're going to look in the mirror, but it's not going to give you any reflection. It's going to give you a reflection of all the versions of yourself. The little kid who had a dream, the 20-something-year-old who didn't know anything trying to figure it out, the young entrepreneur who's like excited to start their own business, the person who's like, man, I don't know if I want to stay in this business. And then I want you to think about the last reflection it shows you. The person who you always wanted to be. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes. I want you to understand this one last powerful thing. You are the only person who gets to get those reflections. No one else for the rest of time will be able to see what you just saw. So as you guys leave here, life is hard. And we like to think that we have control, and we try and convince ourselves that we do, but we don't. All we can do is control how we show up, how we respond, and what it means to us. So I want to challenge you guys as you guys leave here today. That dream, that wish, that hope that you're going on, don't give up on it. It's too valuable. So when times get tough, find a way to go a little more. Find a way to go a little extra. Because it's not just about you. Thank you guys so much for listening to my speech today. I really appreciate it. I did one last thing. If you have a QR code, I went ahead and I made a playlist to go along with the thing. So if you feel like listening to music or whatever, I really appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for taking your time. I hope you guys enjoy this summer and this crazy Friday the 13th. Thank you.
Chris, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your story with us, but not just sharing your story, but also sharing how hard it is to actually stand up on this stage. I think it's really easy for us all to assume that every single one of our speakers have it all figured out, right? Do they stand up here and we're like, man, they went through their stuff, they got it all tucked in a nice little bow, and everything is good to go. But it's really not true. It's just that our speakers are willing to stand up here and share their shit with you as they walk through their journey and share their vulnerability and share what their feelings are about themselves and what their doubts are about themselves and their worthiness to even be here to share their story with you. So thank you, Chris, for that beautiful reminder. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you to your students for being here today. I think that's incredible. And just thank you for sharing your motivation with us. We're very grateful for you. All right, we have back-to-back Chris's. So next month is Chris Fahey. He's here with us today. So please come and join us. If you scan that QR code, it'll take you to our Facebook page, and you can just RSVP yes. You can share it with family and friends. So again, it's the same process. You've got lunch and networking, and then we'll do drop-and-go commercials, and then we'll have Chris speak. So I really hope that you guys can make it, and please feel free to bring a friend. So since we've ended a little bit early today, I would encourage all of you guys to stay and network, hang out. If there's somebody that did a commercial and you're like, oh, I really want to meet them, please go up and talk to them before you scoot out of here today. But please enjoy this weekend, and happy Father's Day to all of the fathers here with us. And I hope that you guys have a beautiful weekend, and we'll see you next month. Thank you.